Live.
Let's go. I'm going outside though.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. It's good to be back. It's good to see everybody. With my glasses on, I done got a little mature. I need to be able to see. I am so excited to be back. I am so excited to be back. Relationship rhetoric has been such a healing journey for me, and I wanted to take some time to get to know some people that I've always wanted to chat with. And this girl right here, I don't want to do too much because I want y'all to see what she's doing. Now you've seen all the fabulous pictures that I posted of her, and what she's doing right now backstage is getting herself together, going through the work that she normally goes through to be her bold and fabulous self. So we'll talk about me later. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for y'all to behold Tanya Hollywood.
Just me. Just me, not the background.
I am so glad you did this. I'm so tripping that you are putting this makeup on. So is this what you do every morning to get ready to go to school?
It depends on how I feel in the morning.
Okay.
Sometimes you get what you get and you don't act the fit.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your morning routine?
Oh gosh. In the mornings, so far I make sure I mean I have an argument with the alarm, and after that's over, it's real intense. I get up, I get, washed up, dressed. I go and make sure I have breakfast. I cannot leave the home without breakfast and lunch. That's one of the things that I won't be able to work for anyone without. And after I have everything packed, that is when I decide whether we do makeup today or not. That is when I decide whether today's a fabulous day or not. And I go from there. But I did have a couple of students today say, "What's wrong?" I said, "Nothing. What's wrong with you?" And then they said, one particular student really hit home when she said, "You don't look like yourself."
Mm.
I said, "What she say?" "You don't look like yourself." And another one of my little girls says, "Well, she doesn't have on makeup today." And I said, "Well, do I wear makeup every day?" She said, "No, ma'am." I just kept eating breakfast. So I think that this year, intentionally, I tried to make sure that I am consistent, because some of my students don't see that consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, when you are trying to be consistent, it's okay. When
Mm-hmm.
you
That's right.
Here you go.
That's a sermon right there.
Hello.
Okay. So I heard all of this. So you get up, you get packed, and you don't decide whether you're going to put on your makeup until you've got all the necessities together.
Until I feel like this is a makeup day
Huh.
and we have time. Let's put that
Okay.
part. Because
Let's do
if we
that
don't
because
have time, then
mm-hmm.
good
It
morning.
doesn't happen.
Good morning, boys and girls. Oh, goodness.
What grade you teach?
First grade.
Oh wow. Okay.
We
Okay.
babies, wonderful
Okay.
children. First grade.
Okay. Do you remember how we met?
Um, let's see. How we met. I thought that was at school, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it? It wasn't at a conference. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I met you when you taught pre-K the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, you've had more than one, which means so much. But I met you when taught pre-K the first time.
And we were on the same hall together.
This was no, I met you before I worked at CI.
Really? What were you doing?
Teaching pre-K. We had all those meetings.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, and you were one of those that would engage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You always remember the ones that engage.
Mm-hmm.
You're stepping outside into nature
Oh, nice. Nice,
where the
nice.
background is nice. And then you can take a good look at my shirt.
Welcome to my.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just in
Mm-hmm.
case.
I
Yeah.
cannot. I cannot. Okay, so Tanya, let's talk. Where are you from originally?
I am from North Memphis.
Oh, yes.
Jackson
Born and raised.
Hollywood. Born and
Okay.
raised. My parents are from Arkansas, which is super cool. So North Memphis via Arkansas.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And you went to school in North Memphis.
I did. I went to elementary school in North Memphis, but not high school. I was zoned to what's the name of the school? Uh, I can't think of the name of the school right now, but my parents wanted me to go to optional school.
Okay.
So I went to Springdale Elementary, and from Springdale, I went to East High School.
Okay. Okay.
So I went straight from elementary to high school. 10 out of 10, do not recommend.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. So, as far as you can remember, have you always been a bold personality?
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
So, what were you like in elementary school?
Clueless. Can you see me? It sounds like you can only see my side.
I see you. I don't see the other side of your hair, but I see you.
Okay. So yeah, kind of clueless. Like, just what is this that I'm supposed to be doing? Not engaged. My last year of elementary school, they tried to retain me, and it's public, and they couldn't because of my test scores. My mother would always put me in reading camps, and they were so much fun. And I used some of the things I learned in reading camps as an elementary school person today. So I suggested to my parents every time, it's okay to put your child in a camp, because sometimes we need different things to learn different things. And after that happened to me, I went straight to East High School, and I kind of was. Um, I wasn't as clueless, but I was just there. So there are people that I went to high school with who do not remember me. There are people who, when we go to the reunions, they're just like, "Well, who was that?" That's Tanya Rogers. So yeah, I'm not who
Oh,
I used to be.
okay. So, when did this being develop?
In college, I went to Tennessee State University, and I had to go away from my family, away from my parents, just away. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, how is this gonna work? Like, I've never done that. I actually, and don't want to admit this, but I'll go ahead and say it. My cousin used to babysit me,
Mm-hmm.
and we were the same age. So she used to always make sure everything was okay for me. So to say that I had a pampered life because of my parents, my family also pampered me. So when I went to TSU, I had to be who I was. I had to figure that out first, and then I had to be okay with who it was. And I was. And what I've noticed is that God has always sent people. He sent people to help me through my processes. And one of them was being okay with who Tanya is.
Mm-hmm.
And accepting that Tanya can be exactly who she wants to be. That was Tennessee State.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had a mentor, and she just went above and beyond. I hate that I can't remember her name, but that's when I started dieting. That's when she taught me how to do that. She taught me how to be okay with who I was, and I did it. And I'm still working on that. And
Mm-hmm.
I teach it. I teach it in first grade.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I do remember when we were working together, one of the things that was so hilarious to me is that your parents, your mama still cooked for you,
Absolutely.
still currently.
She's probably chiming in because when I did, still currently, when I posted about it, I just posted. My mama wrote a message. She said, "Be the powerful woman that you are."
Yes.
Oh, MG. I lost my power when her refrigerator went out. She said, "Baby, we're not cooking." I said, "Oh, you don't miss a good thing."
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
the refrigerator's back because it means so much. Like, it means so much just to have your parents,
Mm-hmm.
especially at my age, to be able to continue to do things for me. And she does it. She does it because of out of love. She does it for my dad. But I'm just thankful that my mom is still here to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So that, needless to say, you feel like your parents were equipped to raise a Hollywood.
No.
No. No.
No.
Okay.
I am actually the baby girl of three. So I have a brother and a sister who are very different from me. And that was another thing. Like, is this okay? Is it okay to be who I am in my head?
Mm.
Um, My mom went through most of the transition because she is very conservative and, like things done the right way. And now, as we've transitioned, I've noticed that she's okay with Tanya being Tanya. She'll say, "You need to cut some of that hair off," or she'll say, "Why are you doing that? Where did you get that from?" And it's cute because she's just like, this is what you're gonna get with my baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My sister's conservative like my mom. My brother, he's his own person. So no, they were not equipped, and neither was I. I was the quiet baby. I was the daughter that didn't get in trouble. I was the last one, so a lot of the effort was with the first and second. And so when the third one came, boom, hey, we got to figure this out, and did. Made sure that I was in programs, I was taken care of, I was loved by my family, and able actually went through the journey with me. I'm knowing who I am and being in that space and being okay with who I am and what I like.
Yeah. So I was wondering, so I know how opinionated the school system can be. So have you ever been in a place where you didn't feel comfortable being Tanya?
Every
You don't
day.
have to you don't you don't have to necessarily say the school, but
Every day.
wow. Wow. And
The
so what
comfort is in my classroom.
mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about a situation the other day. I was in my room. It was, once you wear crochet hair, it gets thicker, thicker, thicker. So
Mm-hmm.
it's super thick this day. And we had some learning to do. The kids were engaged. That's one of the things that they're always, what's next? We're about to have a ball. It's so cute to see them do it. And I looked up and I saw two parents just standing in the hallway staring at me as if they seen a ghost. And I just stood there like, what are they staring at? And I just looked straight ahead like, what's going on? And I had a baby that looked at me. He looked at the door and he looked at me. He said, "Miss Rogers, you want me to close the door?" I said, "Yeah, baby, close the door." And we
Mm.
kept on with our list. And I've been
Mm.
working, once I get to a space and have been there for some time, you know who that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just outlandish to me for some reason. I'm just like, why must everyone stop and stare oftentimes? But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is a old dude. It hasn't received all of the things. Just carry on with your day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mostly people who don't see me every day. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, when you work in a school outside of your regular classroom, you have people that come in and out, in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So that particular time, just for that baby to feel that energy from me and to know me so good, he said, "Do you want me to close the door?" "Yes, sir."
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm.
was it. I don't have to fight all the time. I have a squad.
That's right. That's
And I
right.
love my squad. And just to know that little boy in the first grade, as much as I've prayed over him, as much as I've hoped for him, was able to feel my energy and know,
Mm-hmm.
close that door.
Mm-hmm. 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 I love it. There is they have this preconceived notion that teachers should be conservative and there's a certain way we should look and this, that, and the other. And I've definitely gotten them, people trying to
Yes,
figure me out,
yes, yes. I
instead
can't
of
imagine. I can't imagine what you've experienced. Oh my gosh.
instead of just acknowledging that we're good at what we do.
Right. And
Anyway,
either you like it or you don't. And if you
correct.
don't, keep it to yourself.
Mm, mm, mm,
And the worst part is that when I was at TSU, I did try to fit in a box.
mm,
I didn't fit in boxes. I don't fit in boxes. And
mm-hmm.
I actually have, some standards for my appearance, standards for clearly, I told you, consistency. I had to tell my baby today, I said, "Listen, I've got something important happening at 7, and I want my lashes to be together." So I didn't put them on this morning, I'm going to put them on this evening. But there's a standard here, just because it's a little different from yours or it's, it's a little different doesn't mean that it's not okay.
That's right. That's right. So
Mhm.
how does your boldness play into the dating world and people feeling okay to approach you?
Not good. Um, I have often been told, that I'm unapproachable or
Mm,
that, it looks like I have a man. Sometimes I do have one, so it should. But when I don't, it's okay. I'm still working on making it okay for others. Sometimes you can possibly look unapproachable. So I'll
mhm.
smile or I won't go too far. I'm very shy. I was like, I wonder if she knows that I'm shy. I am very shy. Very, very shy. So this right here is like major for me. Like taking the steps that I need to continue to take to be okay with people knowing me because I have
Mhm.
something that I need to share.
Mhm.
However, dating, I do date online. My mama doesn't like that. She wants me to be in a safe situation. My mom is old, she's
Yeah.
older, and I understand completely where she comes from. But ma'am, are you gonna hook me up? I have a video on Facebook right now. She says we were out to eat. My daddy was paying, and she says I'm gonna have to fix you up. I'm gonna have to fix you up with a man. And
Mm.
the entire time we're sitting at the table, the kitchen staff is watching, the men that are walking by are watching, and I didn't even have like the biggest hair, but I was just like, "What's going on? Do I need to give my number out and here with my mom and daddy?" But it was really cute. She was just like, "I gotta fix you up." But so online, um, you get what you get. Like you get some negative things sometimes, and sometimes you possibly get an opportunity to meet pretty cool people. So
So has any of those ever turned into an actual face to face?
mhm.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel some kind of way because I've always liked to talk and meet people online, and that's because I think it's a control thing.
Mm.
So I get to choose when I
Mhm.
want to talk.
Mhm.
And as I've gotten older, it's gotten a little worse, choosing when I want to talk, choosing when I want to engage. But, when the time comes for me to commit and to be in a relationship that's worthwhile, I'll make sacrifices. But right now, I can pick up the phone and, meet somebody as soon as I log on when they see my pictures. And so, it's pretty much how it goes. As far as like when I'm in spaces that they look or, they look, it's almost like they stare, but
Yeah.
really they
Yeah.
don't really come up. I think it's sometimes, I don't know. No,
Mhm.
I don't get approached often,
Wow.
especially not by the right ones. Ooh, you know who bow. You know who bow.
Mm.
The the one that does not qualify, sir.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. I mean, that's often. That's often. Let's talk about your spirituality.
Oh, I am really growing. I am so thankful. And when I was thinking about what we would be talking about today, I thought about the time when you were in the hallway and you saw the party that we had planned, and
Mhm.
you saw how I left kids in the room to put the decorations out and have everything ready to go so we could have a surprise. I thought about just people being right there in the moment to see you grow,
Mm.
even when you didn't ask them to. Some of
Mhm.
the things that are major for me is um, me and my privacy. And
Mm.
I don't always do things for people to pat me on the back or for people to be proud of me. I do it because that's what we doing today.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I had planned it with my children, and you were just standing there like, Miss Rogers, really? And I'm just like, thank you, God. I just needed her to see, like, I have the heart for these kids and they have the
Mhm.
heart for me, you
Mhm.
know? And so as I journey spiritually, I have been very uncomfortable because the birds are giving me a message right now,
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
message about thankfulness and being in
Mhm.
this moment, sitting on
Mhm.
these steps. This
Mhm.
isn't what I had planned.
Mhm.
The I mean, I just engage with everything. So sometimes the best thing for me is to stay at home and just have those moments with God where I won't miss I think that oftentimes when things happen to us, we miss the moments.
Mm,
God's been
mm,
giving me moments. He's been giving me time with him. He's been giving me time with others. It has gotten ugly. I'm not saying ugly, but he will speak to me midday through a child.
mm-hmm.
Go sit down now.
Yeah.
And it's okay. In that spiritual, along with that spiritual journey, I am more reflective. I am keeping video, and like I will video my day, like just sit and talk. And that way I can go back and look at how I felt, what happened, and make plans going forward. And so that spiritual part is just taking time with God and not missing the moment.
Mm,
It's been heavy, it's been deep, it's been a thing. I will tell you, I experienced something that you were there for. I experienced being let go.
mm-hmm.
And when I experienced that, I thought it was me.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes God tells people.
Mm-hmm.
He told me. He said, well, you don't want to let go. I'm going to make sure that you are let go so that you can get what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I get it every day. Transitions aren't my favorite, but I thank God for being able to have conversations with him and being able to know that no matter how many times I transition, he's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So how were you raised as far as spirituality goes? Were you a churchgoer? Were
So
you Baptist? Were you what
religious,
religion?
religious,
Yeah.
Christian. I
Yeah.
still go to my home church.
Okay.
I still, I'll still visit. My mom goes there. I think it speaks mounds. And the last time I went to my home church, I was sitting there. Well, I went to the banquet the last time I went. Another time, and the pastor says, "Tanya, you want to get up and say something? Do what, ma'am?" Uh, uh. So some things ended up happening. Everybody was catching the Holy Spirit, and they had to end up, getting some people. They were really feeling it, and we got a chance to leave. My mama, super conservative, super quiet. She gets to the car. You better be glad they start falling out up in there. You would have had to get on that microphone and say something.
Mm.
And I had it in my head what I was going to say. And what, by that time, and because she said, we'll give you time, we'll come back. The pastor's awesome. I just love the ministry. I told you with my spirituality, of course I make good choices for me. And I don't believe that I have to go there. I just believe that I have to keep talking to God. Because
Mm.
he's going to tell me where to go and what to do. And he's going to be clear sometimes and oftentimes not. However, if I had to get on that microphone and say anything, I was going to say, I am so thankful to be able to come home. Everybody can't go home,
That's right.
and I
That's
can't.
that's right.
So it was just, and I wanted to thank every member in the ministry for keeping it flowing because it just might be a time that I need to go home.
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing?
Look at her.
Hi, friend.
So what's something that has not changed, and I know you came outside, but you always got stuff.
What you said.
You always got stuff.
And God is teaching me to unpack.
So do you feel like that's significant spiritually as well?
Who you telling? There's a teacher at my school. He's super cool, and he'll say, "Look at y'all, bag ladies." And he just saying stuff, but guess what? I'm a bag lady, and I'm unpacking. Not as fast as I'd like. I've been forced to unpack in school places, and I realized I don't need all that.
That's right.
I was talking to somebody the other day. Give me the keys, a piece of paper, and a marker. Don't give me a computer, or it's really going down. You don't need all that. Oh, I'm recording, baby. Oh, thank you. I sure appreciate you. That's my baby.
So even when you were in college, did you find yourself, I don't want to use the word, but hoard things?
No, but I did like in college I had some issues with my space.
Mm.
I realized that my space is major. And it might look like a lot to someone else. But guess what? When they need something, they know who to ask. And that, I realized that some of the problem with some of the pieces that go into me liking a lot
Mm-hmm.
is there was a time when I had a need
Mm.
and it didn't get filled. But
Mm-hmm.
now I'm going to take care of me
Mm-hmm.
and make sure I have what I need.
Mm-hmm.
And just taking a closer look at what do you need. Some things you need and some things you can let go.
Go.
I
Mm-hmm.
told you. We got that message earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Let go.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been sending people to help me in that process. I've also asked like some of my friends, can you help me with something? Can you help me with this? And just he has shown me who's been loyal. He has shown me who is worthy of journeying with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Who is worthy of being in my space? My space is sentimental. Even my classroom space. And with the district initiatives and the expectations that they have, it wasn't what I wanted on the wall. It's what the district says we have
Has
to
to be.
have on
Right.
the wall.
Right.
And so it just I had to detach.
Mm.
And it's okay to detach sometimes
Yeah.
because the work is sometimes internal. It's not
Mm-hmm.
always what you see.
That's right.
And so I think another piece, even as it pertains to me keeping a lot of things, is that a lot of times people judge a book by its cover. And I'm keeping things for you when you ask me for them. I'm keeping things for my kids when they need them. But I'm also letting go of the things that I don't need.
Okay. Okay. So if somebody walked up to you today, I got two questions. If somebody walked up to you today and said, Tanya, why do you teach?
Oh, why you do this to me? Um, Definitely not for the money. I teach because I believe that that's what God wants me to do. Initially, I'm not that girl that said I wanted to be a teacher when I grow up. I'm not her. It dawned on me a couple of years ago. I'm the teacher that I never had. I've had good teachers, but I've been able to be me and be loved and be appreciated for the work that I do from my students. Right? I invest in my kids. I'm not a mother, so oftentimes my students are my children.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that is a little piece of why I am teaching now. I knew that I wouldn't be doing. I used to say, God didn't say I would be doing it for 30 years. He just said, do it now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just thankful that I'm being blessed for my obedience. And I used to ask for clear messages. Just be straight up with me. What you saying? But it ain't always clear.
That's right. That's right.
That's where that spirituality comes into place, and you got to sit down with it. You got to sit down with God, and you got to not miss the message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So your last question.
I
If you could write a book about your life,
should have known. Sis don't play. That's what I'm saying. Oh, God. Okay. Go ahead.
what would the title of your book be?
Oh my gosh. I have so many titles. The one word that comes to mind is big.
Mm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's big. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how far to go from there. But I'm thankful for big. And I'm thankful for knowing what big looks like. Right?
Yeah.
I don't have to make millions, be a celebrity, be the richest person alive. What God has done for me has been big. He gave me the permission to be my big self. He gave me the permission to live my big life. I love everything big. I like big cars, big trucks. I like my men big. I think the title of my book would be Big. Big God, big love, big compassion, big. I was holding my little boy hand today, walking him out. He's decided that he's in love. He will go on the slide and give me a heart. And I know that he means it. I was just like, why is he so intense? And there was another day, another teacher said his name and said, he just like you. And he was squeezing my hand. I said, look, don't squeeze my hand no more. But he's intense. He's big. And I can see that in him, and I'm okay with that. I love big. I I like big stuff. So that's the title.
I love it.
It seems so surface, so not big, so not major and super, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So as we close, tell me this. Do you have, and be honest, I know you will, any regrets? Anything that you wish you could have changed?
Absolutely. The things that I regret are the things that I'm working on. I don't think that, I used to, in my mind, think that everything was so permanent. Like something would happen and I would just be, because I'm intense. I'm big. I ain't going to make it. And I am. So some of the things that I'm working on, I want to be a deadline queen. I want to get there early. I regret not being on time sometimes. My biggest regret sometimes is not leaving Tennessee after college. Guess who can? Guess who can?
You?
And I have people around me who've done it and allowed me to see their journey. That I can do that.
Yeah.
And so my regrets are the things that I'm working on. That's just two of them. And I take it, one day at a time. I don't want to use the word regret, but I wonder what my life would have looked like had I become a parent. Guess what? Who knows what God has for me?
That's right.
Because I'm obedient.
That's
and
right.
It's going to be big for me. Oh my gosh, this is not how I wanted mine. I wanted a whole, the flower backgrounds.
Girl, ain't nobody got
lights.
No.
And these edges. But I am so thankful in this moment. I knew I would love being in your space. Just right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you.
No, thank you.
I asked you because I admire the fact that you live large, you live big, and I've seen and been in situations where people have not understood you and tried to break you, but you did not crumble. You did not crumble, and I applaud you for that. I applaud that. You still giving it to them, and I love that about you. I really, really do. I really, really do. So I just want you to know that I am proud of you.
Thank you.
And the world needs teachers like you.
That means much.
Yeah, they really do. So, okay, single men out here, she is approachable. Say hello.
You can say hello.
You can say hello. But yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you, your eyelashes and all.
Oh, I gotta go fix them.
Oh God, you've been fixing them the whole time.
I know, because that's not, we normally vibe to it. I
Yeah.
told you I get messages from the birds. That whole process is I'm putting my superpowers on, and if they hanging,
Something happening with the power.
well, yeah. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Share this with your friends. Look at it yourself so you can be amazed at how beautiful you are, being so transparent.
Thank you. I
Absolutely.
will.
Absolutely. I love you. Let's hug soon.
Oh, I was about to go in, girl.
Yes. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yes, 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 yes. That's how we bring relationship rhetoric back. We bring it back big. This young lady has just always represented big to me. And it's just so interesting that she said that she has such a large heart. And that's the foundation for this program. Just having a big heart, having the courage to be transparent and to share. You know, there's so many people out there who are bold and creative and beautiful. And people look at you like you are a piece of art on display. So let's start doing that. Let's start living our lives like we are a piece of art and allow people to look, but do not allow that to stop you from being big. Like you said, being big and compassionate, big and beautiful, big and truthful to yourself. There is no better feeling than being able to show up in a room knowing that you have shown up as your higher self. So again, Tanya, thank you so much for taking out the time. Thank you so much for being here, my lovely audience. I missed y'all so much. It's so good to see your support. And I want you to know that I love you and I love you big. So I will see you next Thursday with an amazing man. He's going to talk to us about getting our finances in order so that we can be ready and stay ready. So tune in next week, 7:00. If by chance you know someone that would be great on this show, please drop me a line on my email address, Miss Angela, to you, the number 2, the letter U at gmail.com. I would love, love, love. I can't do it all by myself. And I know you meet a lot of interesting people, educators. I'm so interested to hear about your journey now that the shift of education is happening. Anyone that you feel like you're curious about, send them my way. And I would love to take an opportunity to sit down and talk to them. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Thursday. Peace, love, and remember to do it all big, big. I'll see you next week.